Hello, ActiveSage here on the Sage channel, and a pretty nice update came out today that added some interesting things. The most notable right away would be this thing here. They've added these corner blocks. Let me turn on my UI. You can see there at slot 7 on my hotbar. They've added nice little corner blocks. These work much the same as just normal conveyor blocks where you can't actually rotate them or anything besides at the face you're looking at. But it's pretty cool, and they're pretty dang awesome. All this is just a singular line from point A to point B. It's pretty cool. It sort of reminds me of the old like 90s screensavers that sort of had those pipes growing. But yeah, overall it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. It allows you to do some interesting stuff, and we also do have them right here for small ships. But for small ships you can indeed rotate these blocks however you like. They don't just rotate around the singular face that you're originally pointing at. You can rotate them around just like any other normal block. You can build off the sides of these, whereas those, they're actually smaller than a full normal cube, so you can't really build off the sides of them. Anyway, moving on from the interesting new conveyor block there that allows us to do a lot of stuff, and actually it'll be cheaper to build, I'm pretty sure, considering that the normal conveyors in the past, you'd have to make them to go around corners, and now of course you don't have to do that. You can just go ahead and make one smaller block, so it should be a little bit cheaper to build. Now moving on from that though, we do have some weapons updates. Now first off, if we were to hop into one of these little strange fighters here that I've thrown together, and you can see I'm using at the very back here one of those curved pipes connected all together. It's very, very nice. I've got some interesting little curved conveyor pipes in this thing. But if we were to go into there, look at the bottom there of our screen, you can see that it actually shows the amount of ammunition you currently have loaded into your weapons. And if I was to fire this for a long bit, that's not actually going to go down because, of course, with the conveyor system set up the way it is, the guns will continue to pull from, if I go to my inventory, you can see here the medium cargo container there. We have 320 of those ammo crates back there, and if I carry on firing, it'll draw those down if I was in survival mode. Now let me actually switch over to survival mode, that way I can more easily demonstrate that. So here we go in survival mode, and as I'm firing, you see at the bottom left there the number is dropping. Now if I hold up on firing, that number isn't actually going up, so it looks like I was slightly mistaken. It must be counting all the ammunition overall, or else maybe it hasn't dropped far enough to actually reload the whole thing. So let's just carry on firing for a little bit here, and it drops down to 20, however it is. So yeah, it looks like it's counting the total ammunition in the entire vehicle, not just the ammunition total there. So, and you can see there it's dropped a bit, and if we carry this down, I think once it runs to 0 is when it actually pulls in more. I'll just double check to make sure that is actually the case. And so yes, indeed, once it runs down to 0, that's when it actually goes and reloads it. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and also fire our missiles. You can see now that it's pulling from the missiles that we have in each of these. I'm at ×10 normal inventory size, so I can hold an awful lot of missiles into each of these missile launchers instead of the normal 4. But you can see, of course, it's counting the ammunition in both. So every time I fire, it's dropping the ammo by 2. Now you can do middle mouse click now, a singular click, and you see switch to weapon to missile type. And now it just fires a single missile at a time, out of the single weapon. Now I can't seem to find a way to switch it over to fire out of, let's say, the other one. If I press the middle mouse button again, it just switches down to both. And the same works for these. If I was to do middle mouse button, it now just fires out of 1, middle mouse button, switches back to 2. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty dang cool, and very, very useful, I think, for missiles and stuff like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a few more things. First off, I'm going to go and show you guys a large ship I have docked way out there. Alrighty, so here we go, up by that large ship that I've built out in the distance. And of course I restarted to set this into creative mode, that way I can demonstrate the turrets attacking things. And because now you no longer need a decoy block, you can actually just go into your turret setup. So let's go ahead, pop into here, and actually before we do this, let's go ahead and copy the ship once. Place it here, hop in here, disable its inertial dampeners. We're going to copy it again, and we're just going to toss a few of these moving. It's a bit fast, but that's good enough, I think. Yeah, a few of these moving about at different speeds. And now what we'll do, since they're moving, we'll hop into here, pop open our UI, select all of our Gatling turrets, and we're going to tell them to target moving objects. And instantly, anything that's around them moving, they of course begin firing on. Now, there is a slight issue here where, of course, hey, I'm shooting something that's moving, I'm going to make it move faster because I'm shooting it, so they end up in sort of a spiral pattern, or not spiral, but they just continue shooting at stuff pretty much until there's nothing left of it, which in a lot of ways is good. And you also see there I bumped that ship and started it moving, and of course now they're just unloading on that, which is pretty awesome. Another problem with this, of course, is if I was to hop out of the ship, they would instantaneously try to blast me into bits because I'd be moving, right? Now there's a way around this which is a little bit annoying. It simply moves slowly. So you can see here, I'm going to float out this door at 2.8 meters per second. And I shouldn't get shot. Yeah, there you go. Clearly I'm moving, but I'm not being shot. Now let's go up to 3 meters per second. Instantly, I'm in a world of hurt. And the only real way around this would be to start dodging their bullets, which is troublesome. And you can see here they've also switched targets now, because other stuff is once again closer, because they still use closest target first. So that's pretty dang cool. I'm going to throw a few things at them, that way it'll hopefully distract them as I fly towards them. And maybe I can get back into the control seat before they target me. Oh no, they found me. They see me. They see me. Come on. Come on. Okay, well now I'm going to be pushed away from them again. Anyway, another thing we can do is, of course, have sort of a dogfight. If we were to take 2 large ships and toss them, they'll now, of course, begin shooting at each other, and a whole world of chaos has ensued. You can see one of the supply crates got blasted out there. It's pretty cool. I'm just going to take out the reactors. That way I can... Okay, well that one's just floated off. Yeah. You can see a whole world of pretty craziness can happen here. We got... Oh, that's bad. That one's trying to target me. I'm not even moving. I must have been moving a second ago. You can see here there's just basically a space firefight where that one, these two are firing at like debris and also at that one ship whose reactor I took out. It's pretty dang awesome. Now they did add wowzers, don't target me. Okay, that was scary. Let's just try to get over to that one and disable its reactor. That way we're not always getting shot at, shall we? It's going to be problematic if we're always getting shot at. Just gotta get near you. Okay, this is going to go bad here in a second. Got to remember to not move in straight lines. I'm actually going in slow circles here as I'm going towards it. And of course you can see the weapons fire from the ship behind me going past me, as well as the ship in front of me going past me. It's quite terrifying. And here we go. I think we're getting close enough now. Where's that fucking reactor? Pardon my French, but there we go. Ooh, and I think we just went out of range too, actually. So there we go. Nice dead ship. And now what we'll also do is just post another ship. And no, of course it'll shoot me because I didn't think that through at all. I was thinking I'd just hop in there. Yeah, anyway, let me post another ship once they're done firing. And I'll gently drift into this. And we'll do a flyby on the other one. That way you can see some interesting fighting. Alright, so here we go. Managed to get inside the ship. Actually took a long time and a restart. But anyway, you can see down there we have our wonderful little other ship targeting us now because they actually start targeting me, and we have ours here. Now, of course, both of these are set up to target, if we go to the Gatling turrets, target moving objects and missiles, so if there was a small fighter or something else shooting at us, they would take them out, and let's also tell these to target both those. Because I did something else while I was getting in the ship. I also activated missile turrets. Now, they're not on the other fighter down there. You're not actually going to be able to see them firing from that fire. You'll see them firing from the Sage stations down there, because one of those Sage stations has an assortment of turrets. Now there's another issue that we have optionally with this, is the fact that they'll actually fire at pieces of their own ship that break free. But you can see there, as I get close to these, the missiles start coming in, and they're actually trying to target the missiles. Now I believe if I actually go ahead and pop open my UI, disable the inertial dampers, that way we keep moving, that way we keep being shot at. If I was to go ahead and grab the Gatling turrets and turn off targeted missiles, they should actually still keep firing at those missiles just because they count as moving objects. Whoa. Time to abandon ship. That didn't go well. Anyway, there we go. As I was saying before everything went to pot, they should automatically still, if I'm right, target missiles just because they're a moving object. And I'll actually show you why I believe this is so, if it does, even if it doesn't happen in a second. Now we're still being shot at by another ship I tossed. But any second now you'll see them target. Wow. Yeah, they're not targeting the incoming missiles at all. Actually, now I look at it, which is a surprise. Let's go ahead and tell them to target missiles. And my cockpit's been taken out, so that's cool. Blimey, this is fairly dangerous. You can see they're still not targeting missiles. I think largely because I'm a closer target. Damn. Let's just go ahead and toss one of these a little bit closer there. And no, you can see the turrets, they're still not targeting the missiles. So it's very strange. I know I've seen them target missiles before, but they seem to be very finicky. I think it's because the missiles actually move so fast they have trouble targeting them. Now, something I did notice is, you see the missiles, you see the target reticle on them. I'm looking at the red beams and I'm actually aiming from the small ships. The reason you see a target reticle on that missile is because the missile launcher itself can end up targeting those missiles. Even if I have it set not to target missiles, it seems to always have a target reticle on that missile. Now, I don't know if it's because it's actually targeting it, or if it's because it's doing sort of a beam out to that point, and before it reaches its actual target, which is the ship it's shooting at, it seems to be hitting the missile. But considering it's missing so much there, I'm sort of inclined to think, oh, we're about to get shot at. I'm sort of inclined to think that it is actually targeting the missile itself. Can't really tell, a little hard. Anyway, that's that. They have added missile launchers. Let me go and try to get close to one, that way I can actually show you what they look like. We're of course going to have to dodge 1,000,001 bullets because we've now made a hell for ourselves. And you see the missiles just barely missing us. We're still going around in those circles. Oh boy. Wow. Yep. That's going to be troublesome. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, so once again I've restarted. Before I show you the close-up of the missile launcher, I'm also just going to show you something down here that I've noticed with ×10 inventory. These guys, you know, they're hooked up to the conveyor. They actually do have weapons limits, so they can only have, I think it's 50 in here. As you can see there, they have a, right above where I'm aiming, they have the 640L limit, so it's a bit silly. And also, I think missile turrets can only have 65 missiles in them as well, or something like that. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let me set this back to target everything near. And by the way, you can indeed access these from right here. If you want to access their inventory, you can see that one had 65 in it. But let's go ahead and tell this to target moving objects, and actually let's go into our UI. Missile turrets, or not missile turrets, Gatling turrets, kindly target moving objects as well, and not missiles, because I presume they'd target the missiles coming from this, but let's actually leave that on just to check. And let's toss a few moving things. You can see there they're beginning to fire and move. It does appear that they are indeed targeting their own ship's missiles, so let's go ahead and tell those Gatling turrets not to target missiles, and hopefully now... Oop, wrong one, that was an actual missile launcher. You Gatling turrets, kindly do not target missiles. There we go. So now, they shouldn't target their own missiles. Let's actually toss a few of these slightly slower. Ooh, that one's reactor just went. That was pretty cool looking. And of course, these will actually shoot at each other too. Oh, wow, that's pretty awesome. And of course, the wreckage, that the little tiny pieces that get shot off often only get targeted first, which results in some trouble. Anyway, missile launcher, take it out! Fire! Dang it! Fire! There we go. There's a missile hit. There's a missile hit. There's a missile hit. Yeah, I took it down. Let's toss a few more of these. Fire, missile launcher, fire! Let me get off your platform. Oh my god, don't go past it. 3. They don't shoot at you when you're like right below them like that, even if you are moving faster, but you get too close and they will go ahead and hit you once or twice. So yeah, there's a lot to be fun. A lot of fun to be had here, and a lot of chaos. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I figure I'll just go ahead and get myself shot at, you know, a whole lot now by moving. Yeah. That looks like a war zone. Yeah. I think that turret just hit me even though it was close. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Be warned, automatic ships that come through your zone, if you turn on cargo ships, they have these turrets on them, remember? Those actually work now. They will kill you. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, all weapons do 4 times as much damage now. Yeah, that's good. Damn, that looks cool.